Booking your cruise is so exciting, but there are some things that you need to think about doing at least 30 days out before boarding day, or the lack of planning could cause you to miss your cruise ship. Hey y'all, welcome back. I am Tiffany with TP's Travels, and there are several things that you need to think about on your pre-cruise checklist before boarding day. So I've got 10 things I'm going to share with you, and yes, you're going to want to stay to the end because one of these things almost caused me to miss my cruise ship at the cruise port. So let's get into it. Number one is your passport. You'll want to make sure that your passport is up to date. Many different places that we cruise to does require that your passport expires 6 months out from the end date of your cruise. So you'll want to make sure that your passport is up to date and doesn't expire for at least 6 months after your cruise is over. And also check with your cruise line to see if there's any other documentation, any other legal documents that you may need for your cruise. A lot of times when I'm cruising in the Caribbean, I don't need my passport for some of these locations, but you will need your passport or your birth certificate if you choose to do that to get on and off the cruise ship. So definitely make sure you check with your cruise line to see what visas or legal documentation that you're going to need for your cruise. Now, number two is downloading your cruise app. Many cruise lines have a cruise app that you can download. Now, this is not only good for when you're on the cruise ship and you can check different activities and itineraries and when dinner is, but also about 30 to 45 days out for many cruise lines, you can actually check in on your cruise app on your phone. Or if you choose to, you can check in with the cruise line online. Now, also having the app on your phone is really great for doing muster drills on your phone. My last cruise was on Royal Caribbean and I did my muster drill on my phone. So all I had to do was scan my SeaPass card when I first got on the ship and I was off to go. So I highly recommend downloading your cruise app at least 30 to 45 days out so you can go ahead, check in, and get all of that squared away. Now, number three is something that probably should be at the very top of your to-do list, but definitely you want to think about this after you have booked your cruise, and that is setting your budget. Many of us forget, and I know I've done it many times, all the extra expenses that come along with after you have booked the cruise. This is not just the onboard costs of everything that you could incur on the cruise ship, like specialty dining, Wi-Fi, any of those. Now, if you want to check out some of those extra costs that you could incur, definitely check out this video here. But you want to make sure that you're also accounting for traveling to and from your cruise port. Are you flying in? Are you driving in? Do you need a hotel? You want to make sure that all this is part of your budget. Now, I do also have for you the ultimate cruise planning checklist. I created this to help me with all of my cruise planning. So I'm giving this to you for free, and you can find in this ultimate checklist packing checklist for Caribbean and Alaska, and also itinerary and shore excursion checklist, your pre-cruise checklist to help you out with all of your pre-cruise planning, and even budget planning as well. I'll leave that link in the description below and over in the comments if you want to check it out. Now, speaking of your pre-cruise checklist, on that pre-cruise checklist is number 4, and that should be your pre-cruise shopping. Now, part of your budget planning is your pre-cruise shopping. We all want new vacation clothes for our cruise, but we also need to think about essentials that we want to take on the cruise as well. Planning for a cruise is a little different than a land vacation. For instance, some of the essentials that I like to bring on my cruises are battery power banks so that I can charge my phone on the go around the cruise ship at the port. So check out this video here if you want to see a little bit more on cruise essentials of what you can take on the cruise. Now, number 5 is research your destination. Now, sometimes we are looking for a cruise based solely on the destination. There's a certain destination we have in mind that we want to go on, so we're looking for those cruises based on that destination. But sometimes we're doing a little budget planning and we're looking for the cheapest cruise, and we're not necessarily caring what destination we're going to. We just want to go on a cruise. So if that is you want to make sure that you are researching your port. What is at this port? Is there anything there for you to do? Anything that you're going to want to do? Any dining options? This also wraps back into your budget planning as well. So just kind of research the port and what you can expect. And if there's not a whole lot there at the port that you're going to want to do, are you going to want to do a shore excursion? So that leads me to number 6, which is planning for shore excursions. If you are going to want to do a shore excursion, you want to make sure you're booking those in advance, especially popular shore excursions. A lot of them, especially if you're going to Alaska, doing any whale watching excursions, glacier excursions, or in the Caribbean, doing swimming with the dolphins. Some of these are really popular excursions and do sell out fast. So you want to make sure that you're booking your shore excursions in advance and you are researching everything. Now for me, I like to stay on a budget and I do like booking through third-party vendors such as Viator. Now I do have a caveat with that. If you do book with Viator or TripAdvisor or any other reputable third-party companies, make sure that you're not booking a shore excursion like 2 or 3 hours away, because you may not have enough time to get back. Yes, they will guarantee you that you get back, but the cruise ship is still going to leave you even if they guarantee you to get back. So I only like to book through third-party companies if I know I'm going to be like 20-30 minutes from the shore, or if I'm just right there at the port. That's me. Let me know in the comments how you feel about that. Do you book through the cruise line or third party? I would love to hear your feedback. Now, number 7 is something I didn't used to do, but I definitely make sure I do it now, and that is buying travel insurance. It is so smart. You want to make sure that you're buying travel insurance. It's not just for if something were to happen medically on your cruise, but yes, it can help you, because a lot of times our health insurance is not going to cover us in another country if something were to happen, or if you're getting airlifted, heaven forbid. But anything like that were to happen, yes, that travel insurance will come in and help with that. But it also helps with if your flight delays and you don't get there in time. That's also why you should always book your flight and come in at least a day early. But it does help with that, any cancellations, lost luggage, anything like that. So look into travel insurance. I also have a link in the description below where you can do a free comparison to see how much it's going to cost. It is usually based on the duration and the place that you are visiting as well on your cruise. Now, number 8, 9, and 10, and like I said, you want to stay to 10 because I almost missed my cruise ship, but number 8, 9, and 10, you should do within the last couple of weeks before boarding day. So number 8 is printing any documents or downloading them to your phone. Now, for me, I like to do both. I just like that extra security of having my boarding pass printed out and also having it on my phone as well, just in case I need it. But a lot of people do like to make sure they have it on their phone. So just go ahead, make sure that you have it on your phone or you have it printed out. Now, for instance, the reason I do both is because one of my Royal Caribbean cruises, I had it on my phone, had my boarding pass on my phone, but the morning of getting ready to head to the cruise port, something was not working right with their app. It kept messing up and my boarding pass was not showing up. And so I just went ahead to print off my boarding pass, but I waited too long and my printer was messing up. So luckily I got it to work, but that was a little bit of stress that I could have avoided if I had gone ahead and printed it ahead of time. Now, when I got on the cruise ship, they apologized and said they were having some issues. Some passengers were receiving error messages and weren't able to pull up their boarding passes on their phone. So just keep things like that in mind. While that was like the only time I've ever had that happen, it happened. So just kind of keep things like that in mind. So have your boarding pass ready to go at least a week out. Now, number 9 is kind of optional, but this is just kind of see what else is out there on your cruise, and that is join a cruise Facebook group. So joining a cruise Facebook group, now hold on, I do have a caveat to this as well, but joining a cruise Facebook group is great for you to be able to kind of talk to not only the people that are going to be on your sailing, but you can look at the previous sailing as well. All you have to do is go into Facebook and you can search by your ship and sail date, and you will be able to find a group for your cruise sailing. Now, why I like to use this sometimes is because I can look on here and see, well, what theme nights did they have last week? What was going on last week? What was everybody doing? You know, just kind of get a vibe of what to expect when I get on the cruise. A caveat to this, do not purchase anything from the Facebook group. Do not purchase souvenirs. Do not purchase slot pulls and give them money and say, yeah, I'll meet you at the casino. doesn't happen. And I also did a video not too long ago on a scam with like 800 passengers, I believe it was, that were scammed out of their shore excursion that they bought through a lady on a Facebook group. So please be careful. Just don't give anybody money in a Facebook group. Use it just as a way to learn about the ship and talk to others on your sailing, or just kind of figure out what to expect. Now, number 10, my lack of planning, and I didn't think I needed to do this, almost cost me getting back to the cruise ship in time. And we were in Cozumel. And so what had happened was I did not notify my bank. I live in Florida, and now I'm right here at my cruise port. But before, this was when I was in Tennessee. So I had just spent money in Tennessee. Then I come to Florida, spent money in Orlando. Then I get on the cruise ship. I go into the Bahamas, spend money in the Bahamas. Now our next port is in the Cozumel in Mexico. And by the time I had finished my lunch, my credit card was declined. And they flagged it because all these different places that I had been in just a couple of days, they thought somebody had stolen my credit card. So having to call and try to get all this straightened out, it did take up a little extra time, and we were one of the last people getting back on the cruise ship in Cozumel. And let me tell you, if you've never been to Cozumel, people are waiting to see who is last on the cruise ship when you are in Cozumel. And everybody just assumed, we were one of those drunk people coming back from Mr. Sancho's. No, I was trying to deal with my credit card. So notify your bank just to kind of give you that extra protection there. What is it you like to do before boarding day? Leave me a comment below. I would love to hear. And until my next video, bye for now.